Is Jerry Gitenga there? Okay.
Our biggest problem is around trust. Previously, people used to save through cooperatives and whatever, then they began to be abused and other things, and nothing happened. A lot of organizations have died. To restore trust, one of the technologies we are hoping to restore trust is actually blockchain, meaning that it can be deployed in a cooperative society where most people do their savings, meaning that when you take the loan, everybody sees that ledger. And when you decide on something, everybody approves. It becomes very difficult to steal, because when we centralized among like 2-3 people, the chairman, secretary, and whatever, that is when the problem came. They say, we spent 100,000 expenses, and when you look closely, you find bread was costing 20,000. That is when trust. This country, what would heal it is trust. Even banks actually used to die and nothing would happen until very recently. Some banks used to collapse. The deposit from central bank was not sufficient to cover that. I think now it covers everything. That trust would make people begin to save, because the government has given the security around that space.
Okay, thank you very much.
Wrong for Maisha to think that their market is Kenya when we have that much terrestrial fiber infrastructure. Actually, what you should be doing now is to Tanzania, to Zambia, to Nigeria. By the time people in Nigeria wake up, they started new bank, yeah? But they know, if they know, you just move to the neighboring countries so that you surround everybody. Because these mega companies, Amazon is already here, Google is already here, Facebook is already here. So if you succeed in this, they will say, you are a headache, take $50 billion, so you move away. We would have gotten 50 billion from nothing, you see? So, but if you are not there, they would just invest and say, let them sleep. There is that quote saying that say, alalaye usimwamushe. They are not going to wake us up. It is us to do this, because Facebook is, even though they lost in Libra, they are coming with DM, which is going to frustrate that for some time. So government is ahead of us in the private sector. This report, if you look at this, it was in the AI blockchain. This is a digital human being. A digital human being, the Kenyans have been digitized in what we call Huduma numbers. Yeah? It's going to be easier for you to onboard me to your program, because you don't want to see my face, you know. You can now figure out, and the data protection law is in place, and blockchain would be there. In blockchain, you ask for my permission to allow you to validate the data, meaning then you can go to DCI and know that I've never had a criminal record. You go to private enterprises, other banks, and you actually get the information. You go to Kenya Revenue Authority, you know, I don't owe taxes. All that information define me and what kind of character I am. And this is what they use for credit scoring, to give you loans without seeing your face. So you need to understand how this would help you. This infrastructure is in place, and that is the reason why. The reason why NHIF changed. Did anybody follow on NHIF? NHIF, you will never steal from NHIF. Because before my brother could be sick, I use my NHIF. Yeah, so if he drops dead, we go there to say he is not the one who died. Can you please, can you instead bill us so that now it won't happen. It would not happen. That's why they switched to that, because we already have the biometric identity. This is going to be a game changer, and you are going to see almost every African country coming to Kenya to see what happened. So technology is actually, this is the infrastructure we needed to facilitate the private sector to begin to succeed. That you can validate a human being digitally and be able to provide services without any pain that you are not there physically. Even the laws would change. For those who are lawyers like Jared, it would change that you'll be told, no, we knew from the digital that he is the one who did this. So I think the other one is easy. So this is what I wanted to say, but Ken, if you can come and delve a little deeper into...
Thank you very much. I normally say that what stands in the way sometimes is the way. And I started working with small business owners in 2009, but I've been in the small business space since I was 19. I'm now 55. So what stands in the way, I hated numbers when I was going to school. I hated math. And I knew I wanted to make lots of money. So I was like, how is this going to work? So fast forward 2009, helping small business owners to turn their passion into profit. And all the financial literacy in the country is about income statements, profit and loss, and balance sheet, which are really great. Bankers, don't get upset with me. But I realized that most of the people that were coming to me did not know how to read these statements, and they were being judged according to these statements. So the first thing we did is go out and find a theory that worked for the people that we wanted to serve. And the theory was what we call today the profit first methodology. In the Profit First methodology, we show them 5 ways of saving their money right from the gate go. Because in 2009, people were complaining about access to capital, and there was also access to markets. But the truth is there's a lot of money in this country. You hear this bank saying they have 10 million secured. We have different banks who say that to us. We have partners like that. But the small business owner is not able to access it because what they're being judged on and what they're being measured by is not what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So with the Profit First methodology, we are not throwing out the income statements, but we're teaching the small business owner or any kawaida Kenyan to understand that every money that comes to you, you must pay yourself first. And paying yourself first, we have 5 different accounts that we encourage them to have. That's why I really like the Fix It. Because in the Profit First methodology, the first account you have is your revenue account. Everybody earns money. Whether they're working, they have a business, they have a sponsor, or they have a mother, somebody gives you money, all right? So the first account, you put your money, it's your revenue. The next account is owner's pay. We calculate a percentage for you to pay yourself. Just like Warren Buffett said that the first thing you need to do is save and then spend what is left. So we teach SMEs to spend what is left. So as soon as it comes, your revenue, your owner's pay, what is operations, what is taxes, and then what is profit. So if you're a regular person, you're not a business owner, the profit is what you use for savings. So we do an audit of your finances, and then we let you know what are the different percentages that can go into the different accounts. And this has been working really well for them. Thank you.
You recognize that there's been a lot of focus on lending specifically, and we've not paid attention to some of the important components that are covered under Vision 2030, which, if you're talking about financial inclusion, there are many aspects you need to look at. One of them is people to access loans. The other is you need to enable people to save. Basically, we are talking about wealth creation. So savings has not received a lot of attention, and I think what we are doing today is an innovation. We are trying to see how we can reach as many Kenyans as possible, without having brick and mortar outlets, but enable these Kenyans to access saving services as part of wealth creation.
All right, just give us a brief about now the new product, how many people you're targeting, and we've seen many, especially the banks, get fixed deposits of up to 50,000. That's how you can save up. And now this is only 500, and what that gap is reaching.
So traditionally, in conventional banking, if you walk to a banking outlet, they would ask you how much money do you have, how much money do you want to save, and for what period of time. But I think we are coming in with a new dimension where we are saying, let's capture as many Kenyans as possible as part of our wealth creation motive. You can save as low as 500 Kenya shillings. Whatever you hold on your phone, you're able to save that on a particular day. So we are trying to tap into as many Kenyans as possible and be part of the wealth creation of the country. It is in line with the Vision 2030 of the country.
What is the projection of M-Fanisi? What is the projection of M-Fanisi to drive among other Life digital platforms?
I'm sorry, I've not gotten that question.
I'm asking, what is the projection of M-Fanisi? They're just fixing money. We've just launched today. So how is it going to be in future? How do you see it?
I haven't gotten that question.
The projections.
Okay. You know, there's a bit of noise, huh? Yeah, the question that we've been asking is how can you reach as many Kenyans as possible? I think in this country we are about something in the region of 50 million. So obviously it's not practicable to have branch outlets in every part of the country. So what we are doing is really how do we do this through innovation? And the product that we have just launched is to address that particular. So we foresee a future where every of the 50 million Kenyans is able to have a bank account, and when you have disposable income, you can actually save with Maisha Microfinance Bank.
Probably you can just give us a background on how a fixed deposit account works for the benefit of the audience.
Traditionally, if you walk into a branch outlet, the branch manager or one of the sales teams will ask you, you want to open a fixed deposit account, give you a form you fill, ask for a copy of your ID. That's the traditional way. That's when you have money that you want to lock in a fixed deposit account. Yeah? Money that you don't want to use for a period of time. For the next 6 months, for the next 3 months, I don't want to use this money. So instead of keeping that money idle, you can put it in a bank account and get a return on it. Instead of having money sitting in your e-wallet, not earning anything, you can put it in a bank account, and that money will earn you interest or a return. So this is what we are trying to promote, but using technology. Yeah.
Speaking of technology, what are some of the incentives that you are promising the youth now that you're rolling out M-Fanisi?
There is much more. If you open M-Fanisi, there are loans as well that we give out on M-Fanisi. I didn't talk about, and we are launching more products on that platform. It's only that I can't leak them out, but we are launching more products. So we continue to innovate. We continue to listen to customers, youth, what do they want. This is one such. We know they are tech savvy. They don't have time to come to the bank. This is why we are creating for them a 24/7. We know most of the time they are on phone, I have a son who is constantly on phone. So we are trying to create a product that talks to them, and we continue to listen to them.
And what are the challenges affecting Kenyans in terms of saving? Why don't Kenyans save a lot? Is it because they don't have the money? What happens?
Well, there is a side of it that is unfortunate. We went through an unprecedented period of COVID. Obviously, that has affected people's cash flows. That is part of what has affected Kenyan savings, because people resorted to whatever they had, at least to take care of their lives, because the COVID times hit them very hard. But there is also another component where, you know, generally the noise and focus that we've put the country into is just focusing on loans. Loans. You know, the talk is about loans, but why not shift focus to another component, which is equally important, which is savings, and that is actually what we are doing today. Accounts. It is just a simple 4-step process. You can either access it through USSD, that's 281, and it's displayed, I think, in front of me here. 281, that's for customers who have M-Pesa wallets. If you are a customer of Safaricom and you have M-Pesa, you can dial star 281 using your mobile phone. Or you can access it through USSD 222 on Airtel. So if you are on Airtel and you have Airtel money, you can also access our service through that USSD. And of course, we also have an app for Safaricom, and we are soon bringing all under one roof. And the app is available for M-Fanisi on Google Play Store. The second step, after dialing the USSD or going to downloading the app or dialing 222, is to accept the product terms and conditions. And these are displayed on our website. If you go to our website, www.maishabank.com, you will find the terms and conditions, both for M-Fanisi, Airtel, and M-Fanisi M-Pesa. M-Fanisi Airtel Money and M-Fanisi M-Pesa. The third step is to activate and register. And that's like the final step. So once you are registered, what the system does is to automatically open an account for you on our system. Then now you can play around with the menu, and you can sign in and select savings, look for fixed deposits, and then you just follow the process, all that. Maisha Microfinance Bank sets itself aside from its competitors by embracing technology in all its products. We are an innovative bank, and once again, our promise to our current and potential customers remains. We will continue innovating as a means to easing the doing of banking business and creating value for our customers. With these few remarks, I am humbled to welcome you all to this event deemed Being Cash Positive, How to Save and Grow in a Difficult Economy. I am equally excited to share this momentous milestone with you. Thank you all for coming to celebrate with us.
In 3, I can hear you. In 3, 2, 1. Let's give them a round of applause, please, as we unveil the M-Fanisi mascot. There we go. Our revolutionary product by the Microfinance Bank. Congratulations to the team that made this happen. There we are. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. A bit hard. And going right there with the tag, just fix it. Thank you very much. Not to worry, sir. Please, let's just give them a round of applause, please, as we. Much. One more final round of applause, and thank you so much to our guests. Thank you to our board. We really appreciate Thanks to our CEO. Next up, we're going to have the cake cutting. And Bwana Bichanga, you're going to lead the team on stage on the right for the cake cutting session. That will be led by Elizabeth Mungai. So